Hi everyone, welcome to ZyNerd's NEET 2026 versus 2025 results analysis. We know we are a week after the NEET 2026 results, but hope you have settled down with all the big graphs, charts, and how it happened, videos, etc. This will be a proper statistical analysis clearly to tell you what all statistics you don't need and how to approach the entire counseling process. More of telling you all these charts, all these buckets, all these bucketing, etc. doesn't matter. All that matters is your all India rank. There is nothing else that matters. And then what will matter later is the number of counselings that you apply for after looking at based is your all India rank and the state rank that you get and the category ranks that you get and the choices that you're going to fill. That is what will make or break your counseling, and not all these videos on different statistics. That is the entire purpose of this. If you're possibly looking at something else, then please go ahead with a different video, other videos that we'll put up for each state. But right now we'll be looking at a complete detailed view of a rank analysis, score distribution, competition level, and quickly within 15 to 20 minutes in the initial part of the session, we will also take you through what all is not required. First, the total number of candidates who participated. In 2024 it was 23.3 lakhs, in 2025 it was 22 lakhs, and in 2026 it is only 20 lakhs, approximately 20 lakhs, 19.99 lakhs. Does this make a difference? Yes, this makes a difference in terms of those who have participated. It makes a difference in terms of statistics. But let us say you have got the rank of 50,000 now in the entire India. You have your NEET AAR rank, right? All India rank. Not the category rank, but the NEET all India rank. If your rank is 50,000, these numbers do not matter. What matters is what the 49,999 people above you are going to do. They might compete with you in your state, they might compete with you in all India counseling, they might not compete with you. These are the factors that will make a difference. Only this 49,999 are going to make a difference. These stats will not make a difference. 10% reduction in the number of candidates, almost 9% or 10% reduction in the number of candidates who participated in 2026 doesn't matter for you. These 49,999 people and how many of them going to be above you in your state, in your category, all these matter and not these numbers, definitely. So this has resulted in a reduction, so that doesn't matter. We would also like to tell you this percentage of people who appeared in the examination has come down. Does it matter? Again, doesn't matter. Out of the total people who registered, lesser percentage participated, doesn't matter at all. Your rank matters. All that matters is those people above your rank. 2.1 lakh lesser candidates, doesn't matter. Where does it matter in terms of qualification? We will slightly come up later in the later part of the section. Second, NRIs appeared in 2024. It was 1,304. In 2025, it is 694, and in 2026, it is 867. These are NRIs where the candidates themselves are NRIs. This is not the representation of the competition that will be there as far as NRI seats are concerned, because it need not necessarily be the candidate. It might be the candidate's parents who are NRIs. If they sponsor, then the candidate would still come under priority 1 for all India, and in many states they will come under priority 1. So this is not a natural number to measure to evaluate saying that NRIs appeared or have increased. But yes, that is definitely possibly an around 20% increase. That might possibly have an impact, but not huge is what we need to infer here. And OCAs appeared. Again, OCAs appeared has gone up from last year by around 16. Yes, the number of OCAs keep increasing, but how many of them are eligible for these seats? That differs. So, how eligible for OCA category seats or NRI category seats, that differs. How many of them have become eligible for Indian national seats, that also makes a difference. But as far as this is concerned, don't look at these statistics much. All that matters is your all India rank and how many people are below that, how many people are above that. Now next is languages registered. Let us say this is a particular language, Tamil, these many people have registered and there is an increase of 10%. Doesn't matter unless you're and there is a specific reservation. Let us say in Kannada and Karnataka, number of people who have written in Kannada might be a reference to the number of Kannada medium students who are participating, and since Karnataka has a Kannada medium reservation, then you might have some inference out of it. Otherwise, this does not matter if you don't have any of this, if you don't have these particular reservations based on the medium of taking up the examination, then it doesn't matter. Next we have PWD candidates. For PWD candidates, this is a pretty decent reference, not to say that this statistics is not useful, but in 2025 versus 2026 there is only a dip of 6 candidates or 7 candidates. This is not much of a difference. We will have to see you'll have to see in your state how many PWD candidates are above you, and given that all PWD candidates who have cleared NEET would ideally get MBBS seats, the seat that you get may make it may make a difference in the seat that you get, but not in terms of whether you will get a seat or not. So your rank within your state will still matter. Cutoff marks, we'll come to the cutoff marks. One, it was 162 for URUWS 50th percentile. In 2024 144, and now it has gone up to 213. What is it? Possibly a difference of 69 marks here. 69 marks cutoff has gone up. Does it make a difference? Yes, it makes a difference in terms of eligibility. Definitely. Somebody, there is a cutoff reduction. If let us say there are many people who have got 175, obviously for them this cutoff increase from 113 last year to 177, they would see it as a major difference. And if you look at most of the higher numbers, if you look at it, the difference would be 30 to 35 marks compared to last year for the higher ranks. 1000, 2000, 10,000, 50,000, etc. The difference would be 30 to 35 marks. But here you see the difference as 69 marks in the cutoff. Why does it happen? We will explain that. See, if you look at, we'll explain that at a later point in time in terms of why it happens. But if you look at it, last year 22 lakh candidates attended the exam. And how is this percentile calculated? It is calculated as 50% below this particular rank. Below me there are 50% of candidates. So somebody who has got 11 lakhs rank will have 11 lakh people below them, correct? That is how it is. So somebody who has got 11 lakh rank would have been eligible last year. This year first NEET had around 22 lakhs participants, but second NEET, re-NEET, unfortunately around 2 lakh people did not participate. Who would these people be? Usually people who take 100, 150, 200, 110. People who know that this is what I will be able to achieve in NEET and decide either to go for next year's NEET or decide not to participate in re-NEET because they don't want to take that pressure of another 1 month, 1.5 months, knowing that they can scale from 100 to 600 or 500 that they want. So that is the set of people who would not have participated. All of them would, most of them would be lower rankers, at least 90%. But what has happened, because 20 lakhs candidates have participated, the 10 lakh candidate would have 50% below them. But if you look at the candidate who has 10.5 lakhs, that candidate would have less than 50, would have more than 50% below them, and that would, which means 10.49 lakhs are candidates are above them. So in that case, that candidate would not be eligible. So what happened is the cutoff, anybody from 10 lakhs to 11 lakhs who actually would have been eligible if another 2 lakh candidates have participated, now becomes ineligible, which means there is a difference in marks over here. That is what has contributed to this great difference of 69 marks compared to last year. Not only the difficulty level has contributed to a certain extent, but beyond that 35-40 marks which are accounted to the difficulty level, which you can clearly see at the top, the lower part of the cutoff has been because of this rank range difference, because lesser candidates participated. What does this mean? Simply it means, let us say I ask another 10 lakhs candidate to participate, somehow go ahead and you write the exam. It doesn't matter if you score 5 marks, 10 marks, it doesn't matter, just go ahead and write the exam. If I pay them up, then my cutoff would be 15 lakhs and I will be able to move the cutoff, because it is percentile based cutoff and not in terms of percentage of marks obtained. So I will be able to change the cutoff. This year unfortunately lesser participated, so the cutoff has gone up very high. If I want, I can add 10 lakh more people and then reduce the cutoff. How does it matter? It actually doesn't matter for somebody who is looking for a government seat or a private seat even. It matters, private seat under government quota. Usually it matters only for those candidates who are either going for MBBS abroad. I have to clear the cutoff and then there is no, I'll be able to get us an MBBS seat abroad. All I need to do is clear NEET and then go ahead. Such candidates, for them, this makes a difference. Second, if I am going to do other courses which are NEET based, which might be available at similar cutoffs, then that is meaningful. And then if you are looking for any MBBS seat at any cost, I'm looking at deemed universities, NRIs. In my state, there are private institutes which are available at 40 lakhs, which will end up at 10 lakh 10 lakh ranks. Then a qualification will help you, because if you don't qualify and you score 175, and if you are OBC in your state, or BC or MBC or OBCA in your state, you will not be eligible for MBBS, whether it is abroad, whether it is in any other NEET based courses, or whether it is in deemed or NRI institutes, even if seats are vacant. So only for that this matters. For somebody who has scored 450, 500, all these do not matter, because all that matters is what will you get for your rank. And if your rank is 50,000, for example, all that matters is which are the 49,999 candidates above you. That is all that matters. So all that matters is your rank. We have clearly mentioned. We have also put up a table. We can do it in a chart. It will take some time. We can do, you give it to A, it will give you some pyramids, etc., structured inputs, etc. This is the distribution of the 2026 qualified candidates across India. So basically, if I take 100 people, what percentage of them are from Uttar Pradesh? This is a distribution of those who qualified. So how many qualified? Around 10, we have seen that around 11.x lakhs qualified. 50 percentile plus 40 percentile base qualification, or 45 percentage base qualification. Of this, 15 percentage belong to Uttar Pradesh in 2026, 13.8 percentage only belong to Uttar Pradesh in 2026. Uttar Pradesh has done really well to get more people under the qualified list. Good for Uttar Pradesh. Now we have Tamil Nadu, which has possibly done last year. Out of all those qualified, Tamil Nadu had 6.2 percentage, and this year it was only, out of all those who qualified, 5.5 percentage. Tamil Nadu has done really bad. No, that is not the case. What happens is, you're looking at all India data and splitting it up. You will see that in Uttar Pradesh, compared to last year, the number of candidates who have qualified has gone up, but the candidates who would have attended also would have been the same or slightly different, not much of a difference. But in Tamil Nadu, you would see that 14,875 candidates had lesser have qualified. Does not mean Tamil Nadu's performance has come down. It just means in the examination, when 100 were supposed to write, in Uttar Pradesh almost 80, 88%, 90% wrote the examination, but in Tamil Nadu only 75% went and wrote up the examination this year. So the number of candidates who attended the examination itself was lesser in Tamil Nadu compared to last year, and that is why the difference in the in terms of number of qualification. Again, who did not write? Somebody would have attended NEET first and thought that I will not get a medical seat. If I get a medical seat and I get a good rank, I would obviously attend, right? So I would have attended the NEET. So this does not matter. Where does it also reflect? We are taking the example of Tamil Nadu to explain to you. Out of total appeared, let us say 100 appeared, we listed how many got qualified. Okay, so out of total appeared, how many got qualified? That is the real number which makes a difference as far as the state's performance is concerned. So in Tamil Nadu, 2025, it was 56.13. Out of 100 appeared, 56.13 qualified. In 2026, this was 56.45. Slight increase, 0.32% increase at the state level. So this means Tamil Nadu's performance has not come down. Out of those who appeared, the qualified percentage still remains the same. Within those appeared from Tamil Nadu. Does it make a difference to you? Yeah, it makes a difference to me to tell that Tamil Nadu has performed similar, but it does not make a difference to you. All that matters for you is, out of this 50,000, how many are above you in Tamil Nadu? If you belong to the state of Uttar Pradesh, all that matters is, these numbers do not matter. Out of 50,000, if my all India rank is 50,000, I belong to Uttar Pradesh, these do not matter. All that matters is, within this 15,000, how many will come and compete with me in all India? How many of them are from my state, which is Uttar Pradesh, and what will my state rank be? That is all that matters. These stats will not matter, because how many qualified in total below me doesn't matter at all. So basically these stats will not matter. Only your rank will matter. We'll finally end up with this table. This is a very beautiful table in terms of data representation. We'll end up with this table and also explain to you how this entire thing happens. 2020, these are ranks of 2000 of a particular year. For 50,000 rank, what should a candidate have scored in 2024, in 2025 and 2026. So in order to take a rank of 50,000, a candidate should have scored 628 in 2024, 502 in 2025, 2026 the candidate should have scored 535, which basically means rank 535 got 50,000 in 2026. There is a difference of 33 marks compared to last year. What does it get accommodated into? We are not talking about the cutoff. Cutoff changed because of the last 10 lakh rank range. This is within the top 50,000, correct? So here there is a 33 marks difference. Many of the YouTube videos you will see that this year cutoff will come down by 33, 43, 34, 35, etc. We will explain that too. Now you see 535. I had to score 535 this year as against 502 last year to get into rank 50,000. Why? Because the question paper was slightly easier compared to last year. That is the feedback that we had, not compared to the original NEET of 2026. It is 2025 was NEET versus 2026 NEET. The question paper was easier, so I am supposed to get slightly higher marks, right? If I had performed the same way as 2025, I am supposed to get higher marks, and that higher marks is what is equated as 535 here. So 33 marks I could have scored extra with the similar preparation, and that is why I am at 50,000 rank. Similarly, for every rank there is a difference. So you look at it, you will clearly see that for each rank range, the difference also varies. It is not the same 33. For getting 1,50,000, I need to have scored only 27 because in that cluster or bucket, there was a different performance level, and that is how this works. You will not go with, in our suggestion, it is absolutely illogical to go with marks based cutoff. 535 what closed will come at 502 or the other way around. That is not the right way at all. The right way is the same candidate who scored 502 this year might have scored 535, but the rank was 50,000. How do I look at it? Rank 50,000 had 49,999 candidates above him last year. Somebody was ranked 50,000. The same way I have ranked 50,000 this year, I will also get a similar seat, right? Because I have a similar competition. What matters is, currently this is the information I have. So I will look at what rank 50,000 got last year and then check on everything till I get my state rank. Once I get my state rank, I will be able to move on to the state rank to know within my state what is better. Okay, so that is a better approach. Similarly, if you look at it here, you will see that above rank 501 last year, in 2024, 2 lakh candidates were there. 2025, it was extremely difficult, 51,000 people were there. And in 2026, 89,341 was there. Because it is the same difficulty level, I will go to this year, I will go to that year, doesn't matter. All that matters is, I am 89,341 this year. If I am 89,341, I will look at last year's 89,341 and see what this candidate got in all India, in my state. That will give me a better reference than going through all these other numbers. So don't correlate, always look at what your rank is, what the same rank got last year. Right now, use your AA rank because that is only available and not your state rank. The topper scored 686, the topper scored 715 in the previous year, doesn't matter. If topper is a topper, even if they had scored 780 marks out of 720, that is one person who is going to pick up a seat. Doesn't matter. So all that matters is the number of people above you. So what is relevant then? Very clearly, All India rank is the only thing that is relevant now. Look at All India ranks. ZyNerd has data. Even if you are looking at outside, please don't go with marks. It will be difficult to correlate every round, but go with All India rank. Go with state ranks once published. Within the state, let us say you belong to a particular category. I belong to SC or ST category. Within the state, how many SC or ST students are there? That matters a lot, but you don't have this information currently. If you belong to a special category, you belong to government students category in a state, you belong to Kannada medium in a state, then that category rank matters, because let us say there are 20 seats within a particular category, you are 19th, then you can be confident that within that category I will get a seat. So that matters, and not your marks, etc. Last year something closed at 530, this year it will close at 500 is the most illogical reference, because you don't know how the state split is going to be. Even if you know that, this will vary across different mark ranges. There is no single mark range. You would have clearly seen that in this range there is a 44 mark difference, in this range that is 33, and it varies across. It is not a clear curve as well. So that is what comes out. We will look at what are the closing ranks, because we have the All India rank now. We look at the closing ranks of the top 20 institutes across India. So all that matters is this, right? Let us say All India Institute of Medical Sciences has 48 to 50 seats under the open category. All these are for open category. 48 to 50 seats under the open category, not OBC, not SC, not ST. The ranks at which it closed in round 3 was 48. I think it was still 47 in round 2, and then one candidate moved out to some state counselling, and then this closed at 48. So rank 48, if you get, you can be confident to a great extent that you will get into All India Institute of Medical Sciences. In case you are 30 All India rank, you will be able to be very confident. But let us say you are around 600 rank. What will I look at? What was possible for 600 rank range? And I will see all these institutes, and from this on, maybe I will be confident enough that these institutes were available because that candidate who was 600 had competition above and last year had got this rank. Similarly, I have 600 rank for same competition for me. So I will get these institutes. These definitely I might get. Some of these 559, 634 might be pretty close. That is the way to approach everything. Similarly, if you look at a state, I am looking at a particular state and I am looking at UP state quota. I belong to UP. Currently, I am ranked, let us say, around 20,000 All India rank. I do not know how to approach this because marks are there confusing. So here you see that Uttar Pradesh around 20,000 All India ranker, 20,046. My All India rank is what? 20,000. 20,000 All India ranker got 1,953 as their state rank. The candidate was 1,953. Will it happen exactly similar this year? No, there might be changes. But what might not change is this 1,953 will not become 1,200 suddenly this year. That level of performance difference that hasn't happened. Or this 1,953 will not become 2,500 this year. So what I will do is, okay, fine. This is the reference that I have got. Currently it is 20,046. I don't have any other reference now. State ranks, let it come. But as of now, I will evaluate these colleges, maybe 4 or 5 colleges above, knowing that they might not come down to my rank, but still I will evaluate and keep them. This is the easiest bucket. This is the most possible bucket. And then in case I don't get it, my rank becomes 2,000 this year, 2,100 this year. I need backup, right? So I'll have another 10 institutes or so. These are my favorable, most possible institutes. I will have a look at these institutes anywhere which closed around 20,000 plus minus 5 or minus 10, plus 5 or plus 10, and these will be my institute buckets which I need to evaluate right now if I am in Uttar Pradesh, because these are the state ranks for which I will get. You can also do it based on All India Counciling's closing ranks. All of these are available in ZyNerd. You can have a look at those, but this is the best possible approach. But should I fill it in this particular order? No, this is somebody else's order. You will not be able to say that this institute is better than this institute because it closed 8 ranks later. You have to take a call, but your bucket is this. Okay, the next question. I am looking at, let us say, Pratapgarh, because that is my place. It closed at 30,000, but I don't want to go out for whatever reasons. This is a better institute. I know that is a ESIC Medical College Varanasi is a better institute. It closed at 15,000. I am getting that. But I want to put Pratapgarh because that is a choice that I want to take. Your choice. So you will also move your choices based on what you want. It might be a very, very safe choice. It might be available for you, but you can move it at a higher level. So this will give you a complete idea of what this rank based analysis will give you a complete idea, but still you have to move colleges accordingly based on your preference and prepare the choice list. Now when I enter the choice list, what will I do? I will enter these institutes for sure because this is the most possible bucket and most of my institutes will be there, will be available for me below 20,000 is what I believe. Second, I also have a safe bucket. Second, in case there is a lower preferred institute, I will move it here, rearrange the order. Can I fill these institutes which I definitely will not get? Yes, you can fill. In any allotment, if you are filling top institutes as the top 5, you only have 47 institutes to fill. If you are looking at government quota, you are at 20,000 in UP state counselling. You can fill all these institutes. In case you don't get these institutes, if you are 20,000, most likely you will not be getting these institutes. Still, system will go ahead and check. And then if it is not possible, your next institute will be allotted. So there is no problem in listing out all those institutes. This is not a possibility order. I have to put the highest possible institute. This is the highest possible institute as the first institute. That is not what is asked. What is asked is a preference order. So you can go ahead and select your preference order. It can be an unattainable seat, no problem, but do it in your proper preference order. When you are doing it, let us say this is an seat which I will be able to get, let us say 18,000. Put it on top of a seat that you won't be able to get, won't be is not you, which is not your preferred college. So if this stays at rank 1, which means among all these 47 colleges, that is my first preferred college. If someone gives me King George Medical University, Lucknow, I will still choose this. Only then this will be rank 1. If out of 47 colleges you will choose Dr. RML Lucknow as the first choice, that should be the first choice. So if you get King George also, I choose RML Lucknow, then RML Lucknow will be the first choice. If between these two I choose only King George KGMU, then KGMU will be the first choice, and then move on like that, taking up every thing for preparing your order. Why are we saying then this bucket? Because you won't have time to evaluate all the 47 institutes. Instead of evaluating King George Medical College Lucknow when you are 20,000 rank, you better spend your time on it would be better if you spend your time on these institutes, and that is why we are saying please go ahead with your possible range plus or minus 10 institutes and then evaluate, and that will give you a better idea. All these are round 3 closing ranks. You can also look at round 1 closing ranks in ZyNerd. You're mentioning round 3 because upgradation is allowed till round 3 right now. Uttar Pradesh also allowed upgradation till round 3, so that is how we need to go. Final thing, once your state ranks are out, that will be out after the application forms are open, the merit list is created, and at that time, instead of this 20,000, you can go ahead with your state rank. Let us say you got 20,000 and suddenly your state rank comes out to be better, 1,700, you have a bigger opportunity for getting these seats as well, but you would have already covered them in your 10. So if you want, you can move it up a little higher. Similarly, let us say unfortunately for 20,000 you get an all India rank of 2,100, so you would go over here and see, okay, these were the possibilities of last year, I might have to adjust a bit, so that can happen at a later point in time. So you can call us if you are a subscriber. There are a lot of, I think it is, we are happy to say that a lot of candidates across India have already subscribed to ZyNerd, and we have got very good response this year. You can call us on this number for any queries, and for subscribers, basically for those who have taken the ZyNerd subscription, not the YouTube subscription, there is a Telegram channel for information, and we also have a WhatsApp channel and group for All India Counseling, and a common group for answering your queries, and there is a community called ZyTales that we have built for bringing in all the doctors together. Maybe you might get information on institutes in these groups, or you can have a look at it. Please comment on what you think about our videos. We will be running videos on this channel, majorly on open seats, and also possibly, if possible, on every states. A few states we have picked up this year for videos. We will be able to run those videos. Thanks a lot for watching and all the best. Please leave your comments on this session. Thank you.